Most of us grow up thinking that every dog naturally loves its owner, no questions asked. After all, dogs have been called man's best friend for centuries, so it's easy to assume they're always loyal and happy in our company. Unfortunately, that's not always the case. Some dogs may feel uncomfortable, anxious, or even resentful around their owners, but they often communicate this in subtle ways that we tend to overlook. In this video, I'm going to reveal 8 critical signs, suggesting that your dog doesn't like you as much as you believe. Missing these clues can lead to a weaker bond, or worse, long-term resentment that's tough to undo. Before we jump in, please like this video and hit subscribe so you won't miss any of our future dog care tips, behavior insights, and training guides. Now let's decode your dog's subtle messages and find out where you really stand. 8. When your return feels like a non-event. One of the classic images of dog ownership is coming home to a pet that can barely contain its excitement. Lots of tail wags, barks, and joyful jumps. That eager greeting is a strong sign of a happy, bonded dog. If, however, you walk through the door and your dog barely acknowledges you or even avoids you, that's a potential red flag. A disinterested or aloof reaction could mean your dog feels emotionally distant, lacks trust, or is upset with you. Dogs often demonstrate their love through enthusiasm and playfulness. When those qualities disappear, it may indicate that your dog's emotional connection to you isn't as strong as you assumed. Ask yourself if you're spending enough quality time with your pup. Do you engage in daily walks or offer interactive play sessions? A dog that feels lonely or ignored can grow distant or even resentful. So, if your arrival is met with a cold shoulder, it's worth examining the overall health of your bond. 7. When treats lose their magic. Treats are usually a surefire way to capture a dog's attention. Most dogs will race across the room the moment they hear a bag crinkle, so if your dog starts rejecting treats, especially their usual favorites, it could mean something is off. Turning away from treats may indicate stress, unease, or mistrust. Dogs who feel tense around their owners sometimes won't eat, even if they're hungry. They might connect you or the environment with negative experiences, causing them to shut down. Alternatively, they could be overwhelmed by certain situations, like loud voices, chaotic settings, or abrupt movements. The best approach is to rebuild positive associations. Offer treats calmly in a low-stress environment. Keep your voice gentle. Maintain a relaxed posture and let your dog come to you. Over time, pairing your presence with something good, like a tasty snack, can help restore that wagging tail enthusiasm we all love to see. The tail that tells a different story. We've all heard that a wagging tail means a happy dog, but it's not that simple. Dogs wag their tails for many reasons, and the manner of wagging is what really matters. A high, rapid wag often conveys excitement or confidence, while a slower, lower wag might signal caution, anxiety, or uncertainty. Pay attention to the entire body. If your dog's muscles are stiff, ears are back, and the tail is wagging in short, tense movements, they're not feeling carefree. They may be on edge or warning you to keep your distance. Conversely, a relaxed body paired with a loose, sweeping tail is a clearer sign of genuine happiness. Learning the nuances of tail language can help you avoid misreading your dog's emotions. Don't assume that every wag is an open invitation for cuddles. Look at the overall context, eyes, ears, body posture, to interpret whether your dog is truly comfortable or just trying to signal you to back off. 5. When affection feels like too much, we often imagine dogs as cuddly creatures that crave constant physical contact. While that's true for many pups, others have personal space boundaries. If your dog flinches, turns its head, or steps away, when you try to pet or hug them, it could be a sign they're not feeling safe or ready for close contact. Watch for small signals of stress like yawning, lip licking, or suddenly freezing in place. These subtle cues often precede more obvious signs like a growl or snap. Respecting your dog's comfort zone is crucial to building trust. If your dog consistently avoids your touch, try gentler forms of contact. Let them approach you first. Offer a light scratch on the chest or behind the ears instead of full-on hugging. Over time, positive and respectful interactions can soften their fears, making them more open to receiving affection. 4. Crossing lines you didn't know existed. Dogs can be plenty invasive themselves, jumping on beds, sniffing faces, or begging for attention, but that doesn't mean they want you to invade their personal space at will. If you loom over them, try to take away a toy they're protective of, or bother them while they're eating, you may notice a quick growl or snap. This doesn't necessarily mean your dog is aggressive. Often it's simply a warning that you've crossed a boundary. Pay attention to smaller signals leading up to it. Tension in the body, a stiffening tail showing the whites of the eyes, or backing away. By learning to spot these cues, you can avoid pushing your dog to a breaking point. Respecting boundaries is as important for dogs as it is for people. Make sure your pup has a safe space, like a crate or a bed, where they can relax undisturbed. If they're resting or focused on chewing a favorite bone, give them some room. Over time, respecting these lines can help your dog feel secure and more open to your presence. When your dog suddenly tunes you out, does your dog ever ignore you? When you call their name or issue commands they used to obey? This might seem like defiance, but it could also signal an emotional disconnect. Dogs that feel confident and bonded with their owners often respond eagerly, hoping to please or to receive praise. If your dog starts tuning you out, it could mean they're under stress, feeling neglected, or just not motivated by your interactions anymore. Think about any changes that may have happened recently. New schedules, less playtime, or more scolding than usual. Rather than punishing your dog for ignoring you, refocus on positive reinforcement. Offer treats or rewards for good behavior. Use a playful tone when calling their name, and create fun training sessions that engage their mind. By making your presence rewarding, you'll likely see your dog's attention snap back into place. The destructive side of a lonely dog chewed up. Shoes, shredded pillows, and gnawed furniture can happen for various reasons, but one common cause is loneliness or separation anxiety. When dogs feel isolated, they often turn to destructive behaviors, especially with objects that carry your scent. It's a self-soothing mechanism in your absence. If your dog resorts to destructive chewing mostly when you're gone, it's likely they're trying to cope with the stress of being alone. Boredom can also play a role. Dogs with pent-up energy and no outlet often find their own ways to stay entertained. You can help by making their environment more engaging. Leave out puzzle toys, rotate special chew items, and consider hiring a dog walker or enrolling them in doggy daycare if your schedule keeps you away for extended hours. Establishing a consistent routine with ample exercise and mental stimulation can go a long way in reducing anxiety-driven mischief. 1. The look that means back off. Whale eye. The final sign is something many dog owners miss, the whale eye. This happens when your dog's eyes widen and they display the whites around their pupils, typically while turning their head slightly to the side. It's a strong indicator that your dog feels nervous, stressed, or cornered. Whale eye is often your dog's subtle way of saying, "I'm uncomfortable. Please give me space." If this warning is disregarded, the dog might escalate to growling, snapping, or biting. You might see whale eye when you're trying to pet your dog in a place they don't like, or if they're surrounded by overly enthusiastic children. Learning to spot whale eye can prevent conflicts. If you notice your dog giving you this cautious stare, take a step back and assess the situation. Are they in a cramped area? Is there too much noise or chaos? By addressing these stressors, you show your dog that you respect its boundaries. A calm, trusting dog rarely flashes whale eye, so if you see it regularly, it's time to adjust your approach. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more tips on dogs, behavior, training, and health. Leave a comment down below telling us which sign surprised you the most, and feel free to share any personal experiences. Your story might help another dog owner facing a similar challenge. Until next time, keep an eye out for your dog's subtle signals, and let's work together to create happier, healthier bonds with our furry best friends.